Press the bell icon so that you don't miss any updates from Workspace.
Actually, in the recent times, the last movie I watched of yours was Ghost Stories. Actually, I wanted to ask a couple of questions about that.
Sure.
Ghost Stories, right? Like I knew you were a part of the film, but I didn't see you in the trailer. I couldn't find you, but I'd seen you. I just didn't recognize you basically. So
Yeah.
working with that kind of prosthetics, right? What was the feeling and how did your process maybe change in any way? Because you can't really use a big part of your face, right?
Yeah. To very simply answer your question, it was the most difficult thing I ever had to do in my life. It was the most excruciatingly, gruesomely painful 7 days of my life.
Okay.
Shooting with Dibakar as Riya Ke Papa in Ghost Stories.
Mm-hmm.
I think with all the other roles, like you feel more free as an actor because you have more control over your senses, like your how you would like to project your emotion, your body, things like that. And when you're in prosthetics, it restricts you, like it takes away a certain natural instincts from you. And so you have to really practice moving a certain way, and it can be very restrictive. And actually, the more time you get, the better it is because the more you get used to it. But that's not the case every time. So I would say that I completely submitted myself to the costume, and I said that you're going to now tell me how I should perform, and to the director and to Dibakar completely, like wholeheartedly, I trusted him with everything. Because it was exhausting, like it was really exhausting, and sometimes really I didn't know what to do. So and he would like call out some shots, like look outside the window, do this, do that. So if I know that people credit me with the performance and all that, but I can't take a lot of credit for this performance because a lot of it was Dibakar actually calling out over the mic, like do this, do that. So that was very different because I usually don't work like that. You usually have your discussions, creative discussions with the directors, and you do your rehearsals and your blocking, and then we have our own, like I have my own inputs. If I have, I'll show them, we could probably do this, do that. So I felt really restricted, but I didn't fight it. I was like, I'm not going to fight this restriction. I'll just like go with the flow. I'll just submit myself because this costume is not going to do what I want it to do. I have to do what it will allow me to do. So that was very different.
So a little more into that thing, like, so how many days of shoot was it? And each day, right? Like how much of your time was gone in the pre-production part of it, not pre-production in the sense setting up the whole thing and
the getting ready part,
the actual shoot?
So about 7 days. We were shooting really like very interior Maharashtra, and the monsoons were like still on, like pretty late into, like I think it was September, but then it was incessantly raining at that point of time. So that was also a problem because the prosthetic suit doesn't work in the rain. So if you get rain, then the hair, it destroys the hair, a lot of the things, and so it doesn't really work. It's not designed to work in the rain. It's designed to work in dry conditions. So that was also like, that was difficult, and it threw a spanner in the works because like we would shoot, and then the moment it starts raining, there'll be umbrellas and plastics around me, and then like I'm taken away to thing, and it was like, although the weather was quite nice, but then because of the suit, I was constantly sweating also. So that I was dehydrating, and so I had to figure out how to do that. So it was difficult. It used to take anywhere between like 3 to 4 hours to get ready and about an hour and a half to get it all off. So there were some days when we did manage it really quickly, like in about 2 hours and stuff like that. So as the days went on, I think because you need a team. So initially, I think there will be like 5-6 people working, but then I think towards the end there were only 2 or 3 of them working. So that was actually more efficient. We would get ready faster. So that means like at 2:30 or something, or 3 a.m. in the morning, I'm sitting in the makeup chair and I'm getting piece by piece, they're putting things on. So that was like, you have no sleep. Like it was quite physically and mentally challenging.
Maybe it cuts down on your instincts, right? Because you can't behave normally.
Yeah, you can't move normally. Like your fingers don't move. I can do this, right? I can do all of this like that. All my facial muscles have control over it. When you have the prosthetics, it just doesn't move. Like doing this, like to be able to do this, I have to put literally all my strength. So if I have to keep my hands on the table like that, and I have to do this,
Oh,
because there's fake nails and all that. I'm literally like, it's like I have
fighting
like a
it.
50-pound dumbbell that I'm like doing curls with. So I'm like that. So there's a close up of my hand. I'm like, jaldi lo, short.
That's nice.
So it was funny, funny that way. Yeah.